Right? Now it's becoming more personal. So the first thing is concerning about the people. The second one is concerning about the feet. And the third is about the pregnant mother. Now he's beginning to talk about himself, about his personal, his physical pain that he's experiencing with him. In Matthew 27:46. Here's what it says. And about the ninth hour, Jesus cried out with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. That is, my God, why have you forsaken me? I'm going to try my best to finish in time. I will make it. No one has ever suffered like Jesus Christ himself. If you will picture him right now, he's probably draining blood. His flesh is hanging, and you can hardly recognize him. No one has ever experienced loneliness and isolation as Jesus did at this point right now. Not only that he endured the physical pain of whipping, beating, and crucifixion, but he also bore the sins of all of us in one man. Loneliness and isolation. He's up there by himself. Judas betrayed him, but his disciples still stood with him until Gethsemane. Then they too fled. But Simon Peter was still following, albeit at a distance. Then he turned away from Jesus, openly denying him. But at the cross, God the Father turned away his face from his only Son. And this is the only saying about why did God turn his face away from him. This is the answer. Because God is holy. Holiness could not look at sin. I remember when I was back in the Philippines throwing trash. Just going into the trash bin, looking at it, there's a dead cat. Just the stench of that cat you want to turn away. By just looking at it, the maggots, the flies, you can hardly look at the cat, the dead cat. In Habakkuk 1:13 says, so holy is God that we are told that he is of pure eyes that to behold evil and cannot look on wickedness. So the Holy Father had to turn his face and pour his wrath upon his own Son. Have you ever felt though your friends or your family abandoned you? Have you ever felt lonely? Have you ever felt that you were misunderstood, especially someone that you really trusted? Don't misunderstand Jesus cried to God. Christ was not angry at God. Notice how intimately he says, my God, my God. He recognized his Father. Jesus was not accusing God of deserting him. He was crying to God saying, because he was missing the fellowship that he had with his Father. And this is the very first time that God is not with him because of all the sin that bore on his shoulder. Listen, we too will have times when we feel that we are far from God. Have you ever felt that before? There will be times in our lives when we don't understand how God is working. I don't think it's ever a bad thing to ask God why. You know, some people would probably say, you should never question God. But I myself, I question God all the time. I don't mean to doubt his existence. But I do say, Lord, I don't understand. Why is this happening to me right now? Have you ever questioned yourself like that? I don't understand why I'm in a physical pain. I don't understand why my family has to die. I don't understand why I have this financial problems in my life. So I don't think it is wrong to ask, why God? It isn't wrong. But let me add this. Don't expect an answer necessarily. If you ask me why things are going south in your life, if I ask myself why things are going bad in my life, there's a perfect answer. And I will give you the answer. I don't know. You can ask all you want. Maybe the Lord will give you the answer, but in most cases He won't. He will not give you the answer. Quite frankly, I think if He did, I wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand why this is happening in your life right now. So here's what we need to say. Well, Lord, I don't understand, but I trust you. You think you can say that? I don't understand what's going on in my life right now, but I trust you. Then you come to a point and say, all right, Lord, I will do it. I don't feel like doing it. I don't want to do it. I don't even think that's a good idea to do it. But I'm going to do it because you told me so. And this is what Jesus did, and that's all. And this is what we need to do. So when hardship strikes in your life, at this very moment right now, some people, they will turn from God because something bad is happening in your life. And then you will ask, this doesn't make any sense at all. Why is this happening to me? I'm following you, I'm obeying you. And then some might conclude, maybe there is no God. Or if something like happened like that, they turn against Him and essentially find a better system that accomplishes their feelings. In Galatians it says, the just shall live by feelings. Is it right? No, the just shall live by faith. This is not the time to turn from God. It is the time to turn to God. Because Christ was painful moment upon the rugged cross. We can boldly proclaim, God will never leave us or forsake us.